can you determine the difference between somebody love bombing you and somebody that genuinely likes who you are and wants to be with you?
Oh, dude. I've got some really firm opinions on this, but I want to hear about your experiences. Tell me about them.
Okay. So I was dating this guy for a little over a month and a half.
Okay, so just let's set the scene, right? So I tell you guys, on average, it takes a woman 2 to 3 months to solidify her feelings, right? So that means that during that time, all you should be doing is taking her out once a week, showing her a good time. If she wants to start asking for more days, you can, but you're just having a good time, good hookups, laughing a lot, conversation, things you're not supposed to be doing, talking about feelings, talking about how much you care about her, you're already in love, et cetera, right? So they've been dating a month and a half, which means they're not yet at the point where she's ready to be in a relationship. Okay, remember that.
And he lived an hour and 45 minutes away from me, so we just kind of saw each other on the weekends.
So that part he did right, although I'm not a fan of the almost 2 hours away. Like, that's a long distance. So,
The biggest thing is we had like 6 dates total. Nothing romantic, intimate happened until kind of towards the very end.
Okay, so they had 6 dates. That means, so he's actually, up to this point, doing things right with regards to time spent together. They're going on a date once a week. It's been 6 dates. So that means like a date a week. That's a month and a half. It takes 10 dates minimum before most women are ready to start talking about things like relationship, long-term, anything, right? And so during this 3-month period, even if she's building up feelings, what she's actually doing is she's saying, okay, my interest level is increasing, but I'm still observing. I'm still looking out to see if he's, being who he's supposed to be, if he's being consistent with himself, is he still treating me with respect? He's still planning dates and stuff like that. So she's assessing. So the mistake a lot of guys make is at the point that a hookup happens, we can assume, she's totally chosen us. She's now fallen in love with us. And unfortunately, in today's day and age, guys, that's not true. Like, a woman can very much hook up with you on date 1 through date 6 and be like, okay, that's just part of the finding out process. It does not have to mean that she's completely head over heels in love or that she's ready to make it a relationship, okay? But most guys after hookup are like, why do I want to waste my time? I can just nip this in the bud and say we're in a relationship and that's that. And that's where guys mess up. So I'm guessing around date 5 or 6, they hooked up. And then what happened next?
But it just felt like I was being overwhelmed with when we were in public. He would hold my hand, kiss me a lot of affection. And then we kind of just got really deep, really fast.
So let's rewind that, right? So she said in public, they were holding hands, kissing, hugging, all this other stuff. And you might hear that and think, but Harry, if they're dating, that's what's supposed to be happening. How is that a problem? And this is why I tell you guys that you should be waiting until a woman makes certain moves so that way you know that these are acceptable moves. So, like, for example, first kiss, as a guy, you should go for the first kiss. But are you looking at her body movement to see if she's actually ready for that to happen? Is she looking at your lips? Is she like walking near you? Is she like talking to you and giving you those googly eyes? Like, are you looking for signals that indicate that she actually wants that to happen? So then you got to translate that to, okay, just because she kisses you in private or holds your hand in private, that doesn't mean that she's ready to do that in public. So you don't push the agenda. You just wait for her to grab your hand in public, to, run up to you and hug you and stuff like that. Like, these are moves that a lot of guys don't want to wait for because they think, well, if I got to wait for it, I'm not going to ever know. And I got to make sure that she knows that I want to touch her. Guys, they're women. They know every guy in the world wants to touch them. You're no different. So that's why the two of you got to wait for her to come to you, because once she lets you know through holding your hand or by making approach to you about some kind of touch thing in public that she's ready for that, then you don't have to guess at it, But so many times, guys, we get very happy and we get on our own agenda about what we want to do. We want to touch her right away. We want to kiss her right away. We want to do it even when the world is watching. We want her also to prove to us that she likes us by doing these things in public so we unequivocally know that she wants us. And those are things that if you're rushing them, unfortunately, you're going to end up like this dude where it's like, things start to seem like it's a little too fast. I'll go back a little bit on this. Hold on here.
A lot of affection.
See, a lot of affection. So this is the situation where she wants to be the inner feminine. She wants to be the one to start showing more affection than he's showing. And this guy just couldn't control himself. Well, I already know I like her. Well, I got to make those moves. I'm feeling things. And you have to put yourself in a woman's position, okay? In a woman's position, she's trying to assess a lot of stuff. She could be dating this guy and 2 or 3 other guys at the same time. Maybe she doesn't want to touch all these guys at one time, and she wants to kind of like see where her feelings and emotions are at. But I can tell you, her feelings and emotions are going to be more towards the guy that's not rushing all this stuff.
And then we kind of just got really deep, really fast.
Really deep, really fast. So many guys I talk to have this thing of like, they want to get on a first date and just start dumping all this deep emotional stuff. Oh, I need to connect with her, so I got to think of some deep conversation to talk about. Guys, women are on dates to have fun, to hang out, to hook up, to be able to get out of her head and not think about things like past trauma or exes or her, really bad family life or the job that she hates. Like, she wants to have a good time, and you're thinking, but I got to get deep with her, because if I get deep with her, then I'll know that she trusts me enough for that stuff, and we're moving towards something. And you're not trusting the process of, if you just show up to show her a good time in whatever capacity that means, she will get around to feeling comfortable enough with you to then want to go deep. And at that point, it'll be her that brings up wanting to go into deeper stuff. But so many guys are like, no, tell me about that trauma. Tell me about that ex you had. Tell me about that thing. And as you can see from this woman, that's not what women want to do. Women don't want to get deep so soon, and they definitely don't want the guy being the one to initiate deeper conversations. They want a guy to be open to when she's ready to have those kind of conversations, but you shouldn't be wanting to dig into her extra deep trauma, and she doesn't want to bring it up.
In getting to know each other, of course, I played my part. I felt comfortable enough to tell him things that I honestly didn't tell people that I had been with for months or even years. But then it got to a point where it was kind of like everyday reassurance of, you're basically the best thing that's happened to me. You fill my cup up. My cup is overflown. It felt just like way too much.
But wait a minute, Harry, I thought women wanted to feel that from their guy. Yes, they want to feel that from their guy. They don't want to hear it. Guys, this is like probably the best lesson I will ever give you, okay? The less verbal you get with your feelings when you're dating a woman, the better results you're going to get, and the stronger her feelings will be for you. It really is as simple as learn to shut the heck up. Because the reality is, you as a guy should be doing actions that demonstrate your care and getting rid of the verbal part. Why? Because to women, the verbal part is their wheelhouse. They're the ones that are supposed to come to you. I just want you to know, I had a great time on this date, and you're so caring, and I find you so handsome, and I really appreciate the way you blah, blah, blah. Like, to them, those are feminine actions. So now you going to them, I just want to say that my cups floweth over when I met you, and you're the best thing, and I just think of you so highly, and all this stuff. Hypothetically, you could get away with that at the point that you're the boyfriend or the fiance or the husband and have been with her for a long time. And even then, you could say those 3 compliments, but you would spread them out. Like, you'd say one month, hey, just want you to know, babe, like, I got the world in my hands when I got you. Thanks so much. Boom. Leave it alone for 2 or 3 months. And then you get 2 or 3 months to say another compliment. You can put out like 4 or 5 really deep compliments throughout the course of a year, and a woman will feel like she has the best guy in the world. But as you can hear from her saying it, not me, her saying it, him overpraising her at the 1.5-month dating mark is causing her to feel the opposite of what you want her to feel. Let's go through that again.
Fill my cup up. My cup is overflown. It felt just like way too much. And then by date 4, he told me that he thinks he's falling for me.
By date 4, so a month into this dating journey, while she's still trying to figure out her feelings and if she's having a good enough time with him and trying to assess him, she's looking at him like, how does he already love me after just 4 freaking dates and a few phone calls? And that's what guys don't get, is that we think us rushing it is to their benefit because we don't want to waste their time, and we don't want to feel like we're like a pickup artist guy or a player guy or a manosphere guy. We don't want to play those games. You want to let her know. And I keep telling you guys, but it doesn't matter what you want. It matters what their schedule is, because we're going to always feel things faster. She's telling us this guy after a 1.5 months was like, I already love you. And he's like, and he can't figure out why she doesn't want to be with him. And it's like, dude, like, you got to learn how women best build attraction. They don't build attraction through a lot of high praise from you. They don't build attraction from hearing all these great things about themselves from you. They grow attraction through, they go out with you, you show them a great time, and then they go sit home by themselves and assess that based on everything that happened, you made them feel good. And they want you to be the one to make them feel good more so. That's how you build up her attraction, by letting her brain do the work for her after you've shown her a good time.
Would like to kind of move steps forward and be in a relationship, be together. And
after a month. So when you guys come to me and say, but Harry, why is it that I should wait for her to be the one to bring up a relationship? It's this, because you're going to always be the person as a guy to want the relationship sooner than she does. Now, guys will hear that and think, well, does that mean she doesn't want the relationship? I keep telling you guys that does not mean that. It just means that she needs more time to assess not only you, but her feelings. And she's not going to do that in the span of a month. It's going to take, on average, 2 to 3 months. Are there outliers? Yes, but I don't teach outliers on this show because you're probably not going to be the outlier. You could have a woman you end up with and your marriage lasts 30, 40 years. It's going to still take 3 months for her to get to the point where she's trusts herself enough to want to be in a relationship with you long term. So this is why you as the guy should never, ever bring up a relationship. Always, always, always let the woman be the one to come to you and say, hey, what are we? Hey, so I was thinking, hey, so I don't have a title. What's up with that? That if she's coming to you asking for those things, she can't be rejecting you from trying to be those things.
And meet my family, and it all
hey Cal,
all felt very, very fast. So I actually ended it.
Okay.
So she ended it. Let's hear why she ended it.
And to me, it was just too many days in a row of the same. There were not like extravagant gifts or anything, but him just telling me how perfect I am, not perfect in a sense, but I'm perfect for him. And he's seeing a different side of himself that he's never seen before. And he's telling his family, and his family's confused because they've never seen this side of him. And it just felt like a lot.
I don't like Dr. Delony's response here because he's trying to be there for her. So he's like, oh my God, this guy, oh my God. But if he's an actual doctor and he's actually studied relationships, more importantly, he studied men, he would be able to explain to her, hey, I get that you feel creeped out by this. I just want to kind of tell you why it is that guys do this. Because I tell it to you guys all the time. I say that as guys, we assess things very quickly and we want to spread seed as much as possible, as often as possible, because it's biologically in tune in us. So yeah, we tend to want to rush things because we're making quicker assessments and we want to lay down our seed. So I have to teach guys on my end of things, hey, those are your natural urges and they're fine to have, but understand for women, it's going to be too fast. If you would have just said to her, hey, I think that guy's a great guy, and just maybe it is that he doesn't understand how men work also, but here's how men function and here's why he's coming at you so fast. He's not trying to love bomb you. He's not trying to gaslight you. He feels as though he genuinely has those feelings and he's not aware, A, that his feelings could be wrong, and B, that you need more time. That would have been a more honest way to respond to this and just, oh, that guy, oh my God, because he knows how guys can be, And this is why I think it sucks for women, because women aren't getting a good education on how men are. So then they just think we're all just sex crazed and we don't really care about them and we're trying to rush them into a relationship. And it's like, no, we don't often know how we function. And so if we get an education on why we do that, we can be like, okay, so me being my honest self is not going to work for her, because my honest self biologically is I see you and I pounce on you. And that's not really the way I can be with women that I want to get with, because it's going to freak them out. So I know, in spite of me wanting to be my honest self, I got to slow this train down if I want any results. I can have those same feelings and be honest with myself about what my feelings are, but I have to know that revealing those feelings too soon or trying to act on them or trying to rush her to the bedroom right away is going to make her feel like I'm love bombing and gassing her, and that's not what I want to do. So as you can see from her response, so like everything she's saying, can you hear the disgust in her voice? Let's go back, play that one more time. Hold on a second here. Play it one more time. You can hear the disgust in her voice.
And he's telling his family, and his family's confused because they've never seen this side of him. And it just felt like a lot.
She's like, oh, he was saying, and everything she's saying is like, everything she's saying in a disgusted tone is nice stuff. Oh, he said that he cared about me. He said I'm the best thing ever. Oh, he told his family about me. These are all positive things, right? But again, I can't fault her for feeling this way, because I understand why it is that women feel that way when you as a guy come to them and you're being good-natured and you're being honest and truthful, but it's not truths that she as a woman is going to understand how you got to them so quickly in the dating process, because they need more time. They're not going to understand that you don't need as much time to make those assessments. And then again, he's piling it on every day, giving her a compliment. He's probably the kind of guy to text her a good morning text every morning. Good morning, gorgeous. Hey, beautiful. Hey, just want you to know, you're the light of my life. And again, she's getting all this praise and she's thinking to herself, how is it I deserve all this praise? And so again, guy, you got to back off. Hey, I know you want to compliment this hot chick. She's got the curves you want, smells good. She hooked up with you. You're very, very appreciative that she hooked up with you. You cannot verbalize that crap this early on in the dating process because you're going to get this reaction time and time again.
Pressure on me to keep that up. But also, I don't know if you're just like a robot and fake because I didn't see a bad day from him. He was just always overjoyed.
Did you?
And that's the other thing too, is that, this is why you trying to be the perfect guy in general is actually working against you, because women at some point in the dating process are looking for some kind of imperfection, whether it's you say something out of turn, whether it's there's a little bit of a misunderstanding somewhere, some kind of drama. Again, as a guy, it doesn't make sense. Why is it that I would, as a guy, would want to start drama with a girl that I really, really like and I'm dating? And it's not that you got to start drama, but women want to see that you have a backbone, that you have a spine, and more importantly, that if she has some kind of opinion that disagrees with you, she's not going to get slapped in the face. You're going to become this like raging lunatic guy that's going to attack her. And so women oftentimes are going to test you to see what they can get away with. And when they hit that line, what your strongest reaction is going to be. If your strongest reaction is, get away from me, she knows it's time to leave. If your strongest reaction is, hey, stop doing that crap, I don't appreciate it, she'll be like, oh, okay, he can stand up for himself. And when he got really, really mad, he just talked to me about it in a stern tone that didn't feel like he was trying to like run me over. I can take that. And that's just a thing women do for their safety. It's a thing, again, as a guy, you'll never feel like you need to test that stuff out, even though you should. But for women, they're definitely going to test that out.
Did you break up with him, or did you just say, hey, let's slow it down a little bit?
Well, I tried to let's slow it down, but it was like a 2-hour conversation. As we kept talking, I was just like, yeah, no, this is too much.
Why was that a 2-hour conversation? Here's what I bet happened, right? She probably said, hey, so I just want to kind of slow this thing down. And his response was probably like, okay, but I just want you to know that I don't understand because, I really do think I could see a future together and I really do admire you. I think you really are so great and you're so talented. I just love you so much and blah, 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 blah. And so over the 2 hours, because this should have been like a 10-minute conversation. If she would have called me, because I went through a thing like years ago when I was dating when I could definitely tell I was liking her a little bit more. And I went to her place and knocked on her door and I was trying to talk to her. And she was like, dude, I just need a little bit of space to myself. Like, give me that space. And I just said, okay. And I walked home. It was like a 5-minute conversation. I went home. I left her alone for like a day and a half. And then she called me up. Hey, Harry, so I was thinking I was going to make dinner tonight. Do you want to come over? All because I was willing to listen to her and not make the conversation longer. When she said, hey, I need space, I wasn't going to be the guy that was like, but we should spend more time together because I really care for you. And how are we going to, build a bond if I can't see you? Blah, blah, blah. And that's the mistake guys make. We try to logic our way into getting with women. And we think we can negotiate with them and talk to them, still have a better understanding of where we're at. Like, I'm sure this guy, as well-meaning as he was probably like, but if I give her more reasons to like me and I tell her more about how I feel about her, she's going to realize the depths of what I feel for her and she's going to want to stay with me. And that guy lost. So he decided to have a 2-hour conversation with her in the hopes that he could probably like negotiate his way into her heart by telling more feelings to where she was like, you know what? Let's not slow it down. Let's just stop it all together. Big mistake.
We just don't need to go any further.
So does he still reach out to you and tell you that you're the wind beneath his wings?
Nope. No. No, he's cut me off. Yeah. Like he said once I say that it's over, he's like, my cutoff game is strong and you won't hear from me.
Respect to that guy for being able to do that. To at least have the understanding of like when women say they don't want to see me, I'm not the text guy, the call guy, the walk by your room, your walk by your house, walk by your job guy. I'm the guy that's like, you don't want me around. It is what it is, right?
Oh gosh.
Like, that's okay.
How's he going to respond? Oh, that guy, how dare he say he can just be gone? Like, again, I watch his show religiously, but I do not like some of the reactions he has on his show when it pertains to stuff like this, where it's like, he's basically saying, oh, that guy, how dare he compliment you all the time? And how dare he agree to not see you anymore when you said you don't want to see him? Like, oh, that guy. What, like, is the guy supposed to keep begging? This is a horrible reaction.
Thank you. Appreciate that. I guess here's how I classify love bombs is.
So the whole thing started with her asking, is this guy love bombing me, right? And so I'm going to let him talk.
That somebody is using somebody to feel good about themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And whether that's sexually, whether that's emotionally, whether that's buying gifts, whether that's like what you were mentioning, like, I just need you to know you're the most perfect person. It's somebody trying to get somebody externally to make them feel better internally.
Mm-hmm.
Now, take that definition to heart, right? Because here's the thing. I don't think that that's always the case. I think there are legit guys out there that just really have a lot of strong like for women, and they don't, in their heads, they're like, I don't want to play games. If I'm feeling the thing that I'm feeling, I don't need to tell her I care about her because I need something back. I just want her to know that, right? But as I've said on the show before, it's not about what your intentions are when you're saying things. It's more about how is the person that you're saying these things to interpreting what you're saying and doing. So it's good for you as a guy to know that when you're early on trying to over-compliment women and get them all these gifts and praise them high, that this is how they're taking it. They're taking it as, I feel love bombed. I feel like this is a trick. I don't understand why he's complimenting me so early on when I've done nothing to deserve it, okay? And it's good for you to know that because you're going to try to be an honest guy and do the things the way I want to do them, and those ways aren't going to work for woman after woman, and you're not understanding that woman after woman does not need this praise. The guys that she's chasing after, the ones that she's actually wanting to get with, are the guys that she has to go to try to prove to them why they should see her in the way that you're trying to talk to them now, because they want to feel like those compliments are actually earned, because then to them, it feels like when you do compliment them, it's specific to them. Like she talked about how, like, does she do this with every girl, as opposed to like, no, it could be just for her, but how is she going to know that? Because it's coming out so freely and so frequently. Why would she think that it's specific to her as opposed to trying to just get into her pants or trying to rush into a relationship? Like, again, I know how you're trying to view it, but it's more important about how she's viewing the things that you're doing. So,
and it gets out of control, and it's just like a drug, but it's like a quick burn rate drug. So they say, like, man, they hold your hand and it feels good. And it's like, I got to put my head on your shoulder. And you're like, we just met. And then at the end of the night, they're giving you a kiss. And like, oh my gosh. And then like 5 minutes when you get in your car, they text you like, that was the most fun I've had in a long time. I've already texted my friends about it. And the next date, it's just, they're snorting you off a counter. Right.
Now, while I was not a fan of what he did earlier, I actually like the way he presented this buildup, because this is what guys don't do. Like, as guys dating, we're living moment to moment. So we're like, okay, I'm waiting for the moment when I can touch her hand. Okay, I touched her hand. Okay, I'm waiting for the moment where I can hug her at the car. Okay, I hugged her at the car. Okay, now I'm waiting for the moment when I can kiss her. Okay, I can kiss her. And so we're stressing out so much about these moments. We're not looking at, but how quickly are these moments stringing together for her, right? So what did he say? Let's go back over that, because I thought it was a really good point he actually made here. Let's see. Okay.
You're like, we just met. And then at the end of the night, they're great drugs. So they say, like, man, they hold your hand and it feels good. And it's like, I got to put my head on your shoulder. And you're like, we just met. And then at the end of the night, they're giving you a kiss. And like, oh my gosh. And then like 5 minutes.
So I held her hand. Then I told her I liked her a lot. Then I kissed her. I hugged her. And then when she got to her car, I texted her. And then I texted her the next morning. And then I tried to text her throughout the day. And then I tried to get her on another date that next night. That's like 8 things in the span of 24 hours. So is it any wonder that as a guy, you could start to cause overwhelm to where she would start to feel like, this is a lot. This feels like love bombing. This can't be real. What's this guy's true intentions? Like, he's doing so much for me right away. Like, I don't understand what this is about. Like, you got to look at it through the lens of like, how is she experiencing all these things you're doing back to back to back to back to back? If you look objectively at the things you're doing, could they be seen as too much? And again, we as guys think we got to throw everything to the wall all at once in order for her to know unapologetically that we like her, versus, hey, you take her out on a date, you make her laugh, and then you say, I had a good night, you send her home. That's 3 things. Then you make her wait another 4 days before you give her some more stuff. You hit her up, let's go on another date. Great. On that date, make her laugh some more. Maybe you kiss her. And then you decide, you know what? I'm not going to give her a nightcap tonight. I'm going to let her sit with what we just did. Boom. You gave her 3 things. So now she has 3 things from her previous date, 3 things from this date. And now she's like, I want more things. And it's her coming to you to try to get those things versus you just giving them to her and then wondering why she's ghosting.
You get in your car, they text you like, that was the most fun I've had in a long time. I've already texted my friends about it. And the next date, it's just,
especially when you say things like, oh, I told my friends and family. That is like one of the worst things you as a guy can ever tell a woman. Never tell a woman that you just started dating, oh, I told my friends and family about you, because you're thinking, you're letting her know, hey, I'm already not afraid to tell people about what we're doing. And what she says and thinks is, why is he telling people I exist? This must mean he's already choosing me. How has he already chosen me? I don't know him that well. So even if you are doing that, please stop telling her that you're doing that.
They're snorting you off a counter, right? And they need more and more and more and more. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And good for you for within date 5 or 6 being like, whoa.
Again, not a fan of that, but we already talked about it. So suffice to say, guys.
For relationships to be truly successful, the woman.
So suffice to say, guys, that at the end of the day, I know you mean well. I know you haven't had the tingles for somebody in a long time. You have these feelings building up and you want to be able to express them. That is going to be to your detriment. It's fine to have feelings. It's fine to treat her on dates like she's feminine and that you care about her. But I stress that verbalizing these things is not going to win you any favors. So stop doing it. It really is that simple. Hey there, thanks for tuning in to Harry Dating Convos. Don't forget to visit HarryWilmington.com to download my free ebook, Texting Women Like a Boss. And while you're there, if you're ready to take things to the next level with your dating life, check out the Get Girls Academy membership program for exclusive strategies and live coaching. Go to HarryWilmington.com to learn more and join today. Lastly, if you've got a question you'd like answered on one of these shows, leave a comment below or write me at HarryWilmington@gmail.com. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.